Hey yo, what's going on guys? It's AntiCloutKing here, and today we're going to be ranking the top 19 legendaries in Clash Royale. So, before we start this video, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So, the first legendary I'm going to be ranking is the Bandit. So the Bandit, in my opinion, it's a very good card if it's used correctly, and it has a similar ability like the Golden Knight, in which it dashes if there are no targets. However, a drawback to this is the Bandit easily gets countered by like Skeleton Cannon combo and Skeleton Army, which it's a good card, but it's easily countered. So I'm gonna go with meh. Next is the Electro Wizard. So the Electro Wizard, it's a really good card. Like, if you're facing Skeleton Army, Minion Horde, or if you're facing Goblin Gang, it will counter all of it within one hit of dropping it. And it's also very good at countering Sparky and other types of troops that gradually increase damage over time. So I'm gonna have to say goated status. And next we have is the Fisherman. So the Fisherman, I don't really see much use of a Fisherman, except the good thing about it is it aggroes troops. However, it can easily get countered, especially with a cannon or like some sort of low elixir cost card. So I'm just gonna say it doesn't feel legendary, besides just aggroing the troop to the King Tower like a Hog Rider or a Giant. Next up we have the Graveyard. So the Graveyard, if it's used in combination with Freeze, Poison, or a big troop like a Giant, Golem, or even a Royal Giant, it will completely destroy a tower within a matter of seconds. And if someone's new to this card, it can be a little bit hard to counter, and you'll know how to counter it over time, but the fact that it destroys the tower very quickly, there's nothing I can say, but it just gets goated status. Next we have the Ice Wizard. So the Ice Wizard, in my opinion, it's really good at slowing down troops, especially big troops such as the Giant and the Mega Knight. And it's also really good at getting rid of Horde troops like Minion Horde and Skeleton Army, and it can be a good replacement for like Magic Archer and Musketeer, all for 3 elixir. So I'm gonna say it's a great legendary. And next we have the Inferno Dragon. The Inferno Dragon, it's a good card. It operates like Inferno Tower and Baby Dragon combined, but the big thing about it is it also gets easily countered. Like, even if someone puts skeletons in the middle of the arena on their side, just by 2 Princess Towers, it'll completely destroy the Inferno Dragon, all for a big elixir trade for the player who counters it. However, if it's used in combination with Giant or a troop that's a tank, it can destroy a tower gradually, but otherwise it gets easily countered, so I'm gonna say meh, not that good. And next we have the Lava Hound. So the Lava Hound, it has a lot of health, but the thing is, it can get easily countered by an Inferno Tower, or basically any card that targets air troops, like Minion Horde, Archer, Musketeer, etc. But it is a really good tank though, especially when used in combination with Balloon, Inferno Dragon, or any sort of air troop. So I would say good. And next up we have the Lumberjack. Oh, the Lumberjack. So, especially when a player pairs it with like Balloon and E-Barbs, these are very lethal combos. Like, when someone puts a skeleton army trying to defend themselves against a Lumballoon or an E-Barb and Lumberjack combo, when the Lumberjack dies, it completely destroys the skeleton army. Thus, it can be really annoying to deal with this type of combo, but this is why it's a really good combo. Lumballoon, E-Barb, Lumberjack, and like any other type of combo with the Lumberjack. So I'm gonna have to say, goated. And next we have the Magic Archer. So the Magic Archer, it has a similar attack range as the Princess, but the thing about it is, if there's a skeleton army or a minion horde, it can get countered quite easily. However, it's really good in that for every troop in front of it, it just counters every troop in front of it with like an arrow, like a flaming arrow. It can shoot through a troop onto a tower, which makes it a pretty good card, so I would say good. And next we have the Mega Knight. Oh, the Mega Knight. It can be a really annoying card to deal with, especially in mid-ladder. Like, in mid-ladder, literally everyone uses this card, and I'm pretty sure that at some point, everyone who's been in the mid-ladder, you just see like every one or two player using the Mega Knight, and it can just piss you off a lot. Like, it's a tank plus an attacking troop, which is basically, I would say, Giant plus P.E.K.K.A. plus Ice Wizard combined. And what I mean by Ice Wizard is, it just attacks troops that are around it. Or actually, I should just say Electro Wizard. But when it's paired with especially Balloon, which any pairing with the Mega Knight makes it a lethal combo, but it can just be very annoying to deal with. So, love it or hate it, I'm just gonna have to say, great. And next, we have the Miner. So the Miner, I remember that a few years ago, the Miner used to be really good, especially in combination with the Princess and Ice Wizard, which in early Clash Royale, it formed the legendary trifecta. However, these days, the Miner isn't really that good anymore. Like, it deals a lot less damage than it used to, and it can easily get countered. But it can still be quite good, especially with combos like Goblin Barrel, Graveyard, etc. So I would say good. And next up we have the Mother Witch. So the Mother Witch, in my opinion, it can be good at dealing with horde troops like Skeleton Army, Minion, and Goblins. However, the thing about it is, it gets easily countered, unlike the Witch, in that if you use a Fireball, which has the same level as the Witch, it does not kill the Witch right away. But even a higher level fire, even if the Mother Witch is a higher level than the Fireball, a lot of times the Fireball just straight up kills the Mother Witch. And the Mother Witch, unlike the Witch, the regular Witch, does not have splash damage, but it instead attacks one troop at a time, which doesn't make it that useful. So I'm sorry, Mother Witch, I'm so sorry, but I'm just gonna have to say it really needs a buff. And next up we have the Night Witch. So the Night Witch, I remember back in the days, it used to be a really good card. Like, when it died, it spawned many bats at the same time, especially when directed at a tower, that it can destroy a tower easily with the spawning of the bats. However, since it's gotten nerfed, it's not as good as it used to be, and the only thing it's good for is it can deal a lot of damage when it hits, but it just doesn't make it very practical to use. So I'm gonna have to say, eh. And next we have the newly released Phoenix. So the Phoenix, in my opinion, it's a good card, especially when you're countering air troops, in that it can attack really fast. However, the thing is, it can also be easily countered, even with skeletons. Countered more easily than the Inferno Dragon, given it has less health. However, again, with this fast hitting, it can still kill one elixir card skeletons pretty quickly, but again, it still gets easily countered. However, another good thing I have to say about it is, upon dying, it releases one egg, in which, if the egg does not get killed, it spawns another Phoenix. However, I just do not see the practical use of a Phoenix, so I'm gonna have to say, it needs buff. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm so sorry. Next up, we have the Princess. Oh, the Princess. Like, there's nothing wrong you can go with the Princess, right? It's always been a popular card, especially in the early days of Clash Royale, in that, during the early days of Clash Royale, it was very popularly used with the bait and win decks, especially in Goblin Barrel, and it's still quite popular in high arenas. The Princess Goblin Barrel combo, and when someone puts a Princess in the middle of the arena, one has to use a fireball or like anything to counter it, and it'll cause the other player to lose their elixir, which gives you a positive elixir trade in return when you cast a Princess on the bridge. And not only that, it has an incredible, really good range, really long range, especially when you're going against a player who uses, again, Minion Horde, Skeleton Army, Goblin Gang. It'll easily counter these three cards, all for 3 elixir. So that makes it a really good card. So I'm gonna have to say, goated. And next we have the Hog Rider. Ram Rider. I'm so sorry. So the Ram Rider, it's pretty similar to the Hog Rider, except the main difference between the Ram Rider and the Hog Rider is the Ram Rider, it slows down troops around it. However, it can still get easily countered within the cannon or a Tesla, but if it's used correctly, it's good for destroying a tower like a Hog Rider. So I don't really know what to say, but I'm just gonna say good, because I don't really see that many players using the Ram Rider. And next up we have the Royal Ghost. So the Royal Ghost, in my opinion, it can be used against Skeleton Army, Goblin Gang when it's invisible, or it can even be used to destroy cannons, Inferno Tower, and Tesla when it's invisible. It's effective when you're using it to destroy defenses and destroy some horde troops when it's invisible. So I'm gonna have to say awesome, because I don't really know what to rate it since I don't see that many players use it, but it's good in that it deals a lot of damage when it's invisible, so I'm gonna say awesome. And next we have the Sparky. So the Sparky, it deals a lot of damage. Like, for every hit a Sparky does, it deals 1500 damage. However, the thing about the Sparky is, when it does hits, it takes a very long time for it to fire up. And when it's taking its time to fire up, it gets easily countered. Even one elixir card, skeletons, can counter it easily. So I'm gonna have to say, nah, because again, it can deal a ton of damage, but it just gets countered too easily. So yeah, I have to say meh. And last we have the Log. So the Log, it's a really good card. And the Log, for just 2 elixir value, it can destroy any horde of troops. Like any ground troop. It can even push back any of the biggest troops like the Royal Giant, Electro Giant, and the Mega Knight, all for 2 elixir. And just imagine, when another player casts Skeleton Army, plus Goblin Gang, plus Miner, plus Giant, plus Hog Rider. For 2 Elixir, it knocks back every troop, which makes it really good. So, in my opinion, I consider this to be one of the best legendaries in Clash Royale. Or not just that, but one of the best cards in Clash Royale. So, of course, this will get GOATed status. So, this was all the 19 legendaries in Clash Royale I ranked. And before we end this video, again, I'm just going to remind you guys, please give this video a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications, and comment down below what would you rank these 19 legendaries. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace!